Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Wednesday, January 6th, 2021. Good morning. Hello, my name's Jennifer Cotton. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas, and that means that I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and much, much more crafty things with stamping, ink, papers, tools, and all kinds of fun stuff. So that's who I am. If you're new to this channel, thank you for watching. Hello, everybody. If you're watching replay or if you're here live, say hi. Even if you're watching the recording, you can still say hi and have a chance to win the cards I'm going to make today. I'm going to make 3 cards today. And you can have a chance to win those just by commenting on the video and or sharing the video. Good morning, Landa. Hello. And this is not my regular day, by the way. I usually go live on Thursday at 9 a.m. Central Time. Hey, Linda. But because of events I have this week, I'm doing it today. And, but a little background on me. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 19 years. This is my full-time job. Hey everybody, good morning. Hey Dana, welcome. I saw my notification last night, but I haven't had a chance to do anything about it. So welcome to the team. Hey Betsy, good morning. Good morning, Jackie. I think I got Linda there. Hey Pat, good morning. Thanks for sharing, everybody. If you share the video, all you have to do is click that little thing on Facebook that says share, and then you can post the video wherever you like, in your personal page, in a group, wherever, and but then comment that you shared, because that will let everyone know that will let everyone know. That will let me know that you shared it, because Facebook doesn't usually tell me that. But okay, so the 3 cards I'm going to make today are going to be with the Pretty Perennials bundle. Hey Cindy, good morning. This is a brand new bundle from our January to June, or JJ, January to June, mini catalog, which started yesterday. Woohoo! So you can purchase from this now. It's live. We can show the inside of the book now because it's live. It's awesome. It was a great day yesterday, putting in tons of orders for upcoming events and for customers with my free shipping offer that ended yesterday. So anyway, that's what we're using today, but I'm also using the Corner Bouquet stamp set, which it's a celebration stamp set. So I'll talk about that in a little bit on the video as well. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for sharing, Cindy. Linda, I can't wait for tomorrow as well, although I'm not ready physically, like nothing's packed, all that stuff. But anyway, hey Janet in North Carolina, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Okay, so the catalogs, by the way, that just went live, I did have them mailed to most of my customers, or if you're local, you know how to get that from me, and most of you have already. But it's 2 catalogs, Celebration, free with purchase, and the one you can purchase from. And so if you need those and you don't have a demonstrator, let me know. And if I've mailed it to you, I will tell you that, because it comes from the company, and you know how the post office is. So anyway, but say hi as you come on so you can have a chance to win those cards. I have some cards to share with you guys. These are from my team meeting swap. So when you're on my team, we have a monthly swap that's completely optional. You know, there's almost 200 people in the team. This is how many swaps we got. So obviously you don't have to do this, but it's a lot of fun, because basically you make multiples of the same design and you get back one of each. So I got all these cards back because I run the swap. So I want to show you how she put Wink of Stella on these lips. Isn't that awesome? And so it literally just looks exactly like lip gloss, but that's one of the swaps. Super cute. And then this one, really pretty, and it uses some, well, they all use new product actually, but lots of new product on these cards. This one has stamping on the inside. There's more of that hydrangea stuff. No stamping, sorry. This one is a cool technique where she's stamped first and then cut the paper apart and glued it back down with space in between, kind of like a tile. Really cute one there. And last but not least, I think these are all of them. Hopefully I didn't separate any. Isn't that cute? So anyway, team meeting swaps. Great for me to get new samples. Great for anyone to get new samples in their hand. And then the team members who don't do this as a business, lots of them swap as well just to get the new ideas. So, okay, I don't think I had any other cards to share that aren't like in my whatever else I'm going to say later. So, but thank you guys for participating in this swap. Let's see. I do have an online ordering special every month. So if you like anything you see today, which you're going to see a ton of stuff, and you want to order it, why not go ahead and order it through me and get something free? So with a $25 online order using this month's host code, which is, you'll see it when I point the camera down after a bit, but numbers and letters combination, which links you to my special. If your order is 25 or more, you're going to get a class packet to make 4 cards using the Quite Curvy bundle, which you can now purchase just regular. You can purchase stamp set only, dies, or both. They are in that mini catalog. I'm trying to read Marilyn's. Oh, 2 days in a row for Marilyn. Yes, we had a team business group meeting last night as well. So good to see you again, Marilyn. Hey, Catherine. Still in the Capitol. Hey, Sherry. Good morning. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Shirley. Good morning. Joni. Good morning. All right. Good to see all of you guys. Anyway, free class packet to make 4 cards. Everything will be cut, punched, die cut, embossed. You'll get PDF instructions and you'll complete the cards with your own stamps at home. If your order online with that host code is $50 or more, you're also going to get a free full accessory from me. I'm going to show you the cards from this month, and I didn't work in an accessory with or on the cards, so they're getting the new heart resin. I can't think of the exact name, but it's little embellishments that are sticky on the back, and they're white and red hearts. Free with a $50 purchase for last month's online order. This month's, again, will be the Quite Curvy, but these are the cards from last month. So, like I said, like if this is embossed, we emboss it for you. This is die cut, we die cut it for you. Now, we don't die cut images that you need to stamp first and then cut out. But these are the cards from last month. We used some new celebration paper on all 4 of them. The Oso Ombre paper. So everybody got a little piece of that. This one uses another celebration paper, Flower and Field. And then this one's just yummy. But of course this month, if you place an online order 50 or more with my host code, you'll get all that. Plus, you'll get a free celebration item of your choice. Any $50 level item, you get to pick that for free. But when you're checking out, you need to make sure you select your free item. On the checkout page, there'll be a link at the top to go select it, and make sure you get everything you qualify for. So if you do a $100 order, you get 2 $50 or 1 $100. If you do 150, get whatever the combination is, but make sure you select everything you've earned. If your order is $150 or more, do not use the host code, but still order. You'll still get my gifts, and then it will also say you get, I think they call them Stampin' rewards. Basically, at least $15 additional merchandise to add to that selection for free. If it's $300 or more, you're also going to get a bonus stamp set, which you will need to click the button and redeem, called Punch Party for celebration. Anyway, lots of fun stuff there. So, reminders of my upcoming events. And by the way, hey Teresa, Hot Tamale, good morning. Hey Kelly, good morning. Thanks for sharing, Debbie. And good morning. And hey Mary Ann, she says good morning, sunshine. Hopefully I'm awake enough for y'all today. Hey Pat, good morning. Oh, Linda says she's gonna miss Marilyn this morning. Okay, so good morning everybody. Okay, upcoming events. Every month I offer 4 classes. Anyone in the US can attend. They're all offered to go. They all 4 only use 1 stamp set. And all 4 include a PDF tutorial. And all 4 include, we cut everything we can for you. Cut, die cut, punch, emboss. Except on 2 of the classes, you cut your own designer paper. Besides that, we cut it all. You can purchase tutorials only for all 4 for $30, but my team gets those for free. So if you're on my team, don't make that purchase because you'll get those free. So 2 of them are $15 free with a $20 order. So you can just pay the fee, or you can place an order and get them free separately from my online ordering special, of course. The deadline to RSVP for these card and scrapbook class are January 14th, and the kits are ready or mailed by they're ready by January 16th for pickup, or they're mailed on January 18th. And there is also, if you're local, a live event. Sorry, it was Catherine that Linda's going to miss. There's a live event you can attend if you're local, and there is an option to pick up the supplies from my house and stamp it at home. So lots of options for these classes. Now, let's see. So January 14th is the registration deadline for card and scrapbook. Card is 4 cards for $15, free with a $20 order, and we're using the Pretty Perennials bundle. What do you know? For those 4 cards. And then for scrapbook, we're using the Forever and Always bundle. So we're making some Valentine pages. It's on page 11 of our new mini catalog. And then we'll be making this page as a single, and there's no stamping on it, so you don't need stamps for that one. You just need the Forever and Always for the 2-page Valentine layout. This is page 2 from last month. And let me show you that stamp set, or bundle, I should say. It's called Forever and Always on this is page 13. It's a whole spread. But there's dies, the kind of dies I love that cut out big words, and then the stamps. That's scrapbook. The next 2 are the ones where you cut your own designer paper, but we cut everything else. And these are priced differently. They include $20 in merchandise. And your deadline to register for these 2 is January 11th, but all the other dates are the same. So there's Sampler Class, which is the home decor piece, a framed piece of art, 12 by 12. You supply your own frame. We cut everything. We bag it in order from square 1 to square 9. We die cut punch everything possible we can. And then you get $20 in merchandise. So this class is $28. And keep in mind, it includes $20 in merchandise. That's before tax and shipping, by the way. So really it's like $24 in merchandise. And then PDF instructions and all that stuff. We're going to use for that, it's going to be a Valentine sampler. So we're going to use Forever and Always again. Love it. Or I love it anyway. There's lots of Valentine stuff in this book this time, but that's my favorite. And there's so many pretty papers and foil and embellishments that we're going to be able to use on the scrapbook and the sampler. So if you own the stamp set and or bundle, you can make both of those classes with it. And by the way, when you register for any of my events, you can always add on the stamp sets or bundles if you don't have those, if you like. Okay, and then the next one is the Stamp-A-Stack. That's 12 cards, 4 designs, 3 of each, for $30. It includes over $20 in merchandise, and we're using the Sweet Ice Cream on page 49. So, do the math. 12 cards, 12, $20 in merchandise, PDF tutorial, $30. It's a great deal. And we do all the cutting for you. This is the sweet ice cream products. Let me show you some samples there. It's super cute. So obviously this is going to be birthday themed. Love the Father's Day set. Yes, Teresa, I love that one as well. So any questions on any of this stuff, let me know. I do want to say that Stamp-A-Stack and Sampler are also a club you can join now, where you're going to get billed each month. It's recurring. You can cancel at any time, but you get billed each month for it. And once you've done that for 6 consecutive months without a break, you get $25 in free merchandise. The price is exactly the same, but you only get the free stuff if you subscribe to the club. So I have links for all of this in my emails, which you can subscribe to my email list, and I can just send you the links individually. And then I also have a Bring a Friend campaign going for January and February, where if you bring a friend that I've never met before, that's an adult that's never purchased from me before, to select classes, you both will get $5 off a future order. No limit. So if you bring 2 adult friends, that's $5 for each of them and $10 for you, coupon. If you bring, it has to be a different person each time. Obviously, you can't say, oh, Susie's my new friend and she's going to take 5 classes. That's awesome, but it only counts once. But if you bring a different friend at different times, that counts. So that's basically the Bring a Friend campaign. The classes that qualify, I'll tell you as I go, but Stamp-A-Stack and Sampler qualify. So keep that in mind. My next stamping bingo online is February 25th. But I thought my deadline, sorry, that's wrong. That's the next one. That's how my notes are. The next stamping bingo is Friday, January 22nd. So I am correct. The deadline to sign up is today. I'm like, it's in February. Why is my deadline coming up so soon? No, that's the next bingo. Stamping bingo is January 22nd, and today is the deadline to register. So register today for bingo. It is a Valentine themed bingo. So you're going to make, I have a rogue card in here that's not part of this class. You're going to make 4 awesome projects with the Forever and Always bundle, including a really adorable box and 3 adorable cards. Look at this coloring on here. Love it. You're going to get some product with your fee. You're going to make the 4 projects at home with your own stamps. Yay, bingo, Teresa, right. And you're going to have a chance to win prizes. You're going to get to play games. You're going to have entries into door prize drawings. And you'll have a fun evening with other stampers. That's the best part about bingo, I think, because we do it on Zoom. Everybody can, not during bingo, but after and before, you can talk to each other and all that stuff. So bingo, sign up by today. I probably have an email going out today. I don't remember. But you can always ask me for the link. It's $34 or $42 if you need it mailed to you. So, any questions on that, let me know. Hey, Pam in North Carolina. Let's see who else. Diana, also in North Carolina. Hello. What did Catherine say? It's on your birthday, Catherine. So your birthday's this weekend. Happy birthday. See if I missed any. I think I said hi to everyone else. Okay, so I told you about the Bring a Friend incentive. It also works for bingo. So if you can get a friend to sign up for bingo who's never taken a class with me before today, or placed an order, there are, specific rules to this Bring a Friend incentive. Ask me if you're not sure. Anyway, that will qualify. Okay, my paper and ribbon share is coming up. What this is, all of you, not all of you, but if you've ever done one with me before, it's the same thing. I'm just calling it something different. So if you want a sampling of every paper in this book, designer paper, which is pretty much the only papers, every single one. So I can show the book now. And I have shown every single one of these papers in a previous video, physically showed the paper. But now I can just show you like a visual. So there are 9 new designer papers. They're right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're going to get a half sheet of every single one of these. Then come over to this page and there are 4 specialty papers. There's a foil, an acetate, mercury glass acetate, another acetate with gold designs on it, and a pearlescent paper. You're going to get a half sheet of all of those. The only exception that's not a half sheet is, where is it? Dandy Garden comes in 6x6. So you'll get 6x6 of that, but everything else is 6x12. Did I say that correctly? Now I'm doubting myself. 6 inches by 12 inches, a half of a sheet of every single one. And we don't mark up the price. You're paying for a half a sheet of each one, plus, you know, an envelope and shipping. That's it. So that's the paper share. Sign up by January 17th for that, and the price for the paper only is $52 for, again, one of each of those. That is, I have it on here, 54 sheets of paper total for $52. Hey, there we go, not bad. Or if you add shipping, $60. But there's another option called the paper forget the name now, but it's a paper party share. So there's a party along with the share. And the difference is you're going to basically add $15. When you register, you make your choice. And you will get so much more with that $15 extra, which is tips on how to use designer paper in your projects. A sample, of course, you get the sampling of every paper either way. PDF tutorial and video instructions for projects. Hey Linda, good morning, no problem. A Facebook party on January 30th. Bonus project ideas. A door prize entry. 9 make and takes. So 9 projects. Yay, Linda, getting your vaccine. That's awesome. 9 projects using the Happy Thoughts and Pretty Perennials stamp sets. Basically, we will be using some of the flower images, but the other one is just words, so you could substitute any words you want. It is on page 28. Happy Thoughts is on page 28. So we're using 2 stamp sets, one with flowers, Pretty Perennials, and one that's just words. So again, you could substitute other greetings if you like on these 9 make and takes. That's Happy Thoughts. Okay, all that for only $15 more. So $68 with no shipping, $75 with shipping. Any questions, let me know. But the paper share is just a good way to get a sampling of everything, see what you like, and then you can order more if you want more of it. And it's not as much paper as buying a full pack of each one. But the party part is a way to see samples, figure out how to use them, and even more so see what you like and all that. So, yeah, so that's it. And then I did add a ribbon share by customer request. But when I started I'm like, okay, let me figure out, you know, what's the price of the ribbon share? What's it going to include? I was like, there is not a lot of ribbon in this catalog. There are 5 new ribbons. I don't do the twine in the paper shares because they are too difficult for me personally to roll up, basically, and cut up. So there are 5 new ribbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'll get a yard of each one. So this is very inexpensive because there's so few. $10.50, add $4 for shipping. And on the paper share, you get a bonus sampling of some random celebration paper. And on the ribbon share, you're going to get a bonus sampling of a new accessory called Opal Rounds. So I always give a little bonus gift when you do the share with me. And actually our paper, if you do the party, you're going to get some ribbon with that as well. Any questions, just let me know. Hopefully that all makes sense. And the deadline, as a reminder, for the paper share is January 17th, and it qualifies for Bring a Friend. Okay, customer celebration. I'm sorry, I jumped ahead. Susan, that's okay if you're late. I'm still talking about classes, of course. So February 13th, I'm having an online event. This is a date where I would normally have an in-person event, but I'm converting it all to online this year just, to avoid cancellations or whatever. So register by January 28th. Your kits will be ready by February 5th, and then the online event happens February 13th. It's $60 or $68 with shipping. I have used the new brushes, Teresa. It'll be on Zoom and Facebook. So even if you can do Zoom, but even if you can't do Zoom, you can watch it on a Facebook group. It'll start at 10 a.m. Central Time on February 13th. It will include, for $60, it will include $50 in merchandise, 50 for 60. Do the math. It will include a full pack of the Paper Blooms designer paper from Celebration, which is probably my favorite Celebration paper, Paper Blooms. Full pack of that, which you'll use on some of your projects. And the 2 stamp sets that we'll be focusing on are Pretty Perennials. What do you know? Hopefully you see that I try to use stamps a lot in different events so that you don't have to buy a new stamp set for each one. But we're also going to use Friends Are Like Seashells on page 41. And this is one that I really like. Mine's coming now. I've ordered it. Last time I told you about this, I had not ordered it yet. It'll be here today. So there's the suite. So we'll be using a lot of this stuff in your projects. And then let me show you a bigger picture of the stamp set. And it is a bundle. So there are dies, and there's also an embossing folder for this. So those are the 2 we'll be using for the online celebration event, February 13th. And then I have an add-on class that you can take using, this is optional, it's only $17, and it includes $17 in merchandise and 4 cards. And you will use the Berry Blessings, your own Berry Blessings stamp set, and then I'll supply whatever designer paper you need and stuff for your 4 cards. And then for the $17, you're going to get the snail mail twine. And Catherine, you got it all. Yeah. Most of it all is coming to me today. And by the end of this week, probably I'll have everything I wanted from this big catalog. Anyway, it includes snail mail twine and white polka dot tulle for $17. And then I forgot to say on the event, it's 10 projects, 5 from each design or stamp set that I'm using. Any questions, just let me know. This qualifies for Bring a Friend. Okay, now customer celebration. This is an incentive I'm offering for all my customers. Susan, deadline is January 28th for the online celebration. That's when you register. And Susan mentioned she has those already, and Catherine actually did too. So that's perfect for people like you who already have them. You can sign up for the class. You don't need to purchase any additional stamps to be able to actually make the projects. So hopefully that makes sense. As a reward for you for supporting me during celebration, you can earn a free event from me a couple of different ways. The free event will happen on Zoom on March 13th. It's an online event. Thank you for the hearts, everybody. It's Saturday, March 13th, and if you can't attend live, you'll still receive the packet and the gift, and you can watch the recording. It's going to include 4 projects and a gift, and then the day of we'll play a game to win, or games to win prizes. There's 3 ways you can earn this free event from me. 1, if you place 150 or more in orders by the end of celebration, so February 28th. Some people have already done that yesterday. Thank you very much. You earned it. If you host an online party with me, and your party gets to $150 or more, and by the way, you are the host when you host an online party, so whatever orders you and your friends submit all together, you get free host benefits for that. Or, last but not least, if you take 5 qualifying classes from me during celebration, They're qualifying classes. So the ones that qualify are Stamp a Stack. And if you're in the club, that counts. Sampler, if you're in the club, that counts. Valentine Bingo, February 25th Bingo, Online Celebration, the one I just talked about, or the Paper Party Share. So out of those 6, if you take at least 5, you'll qualify. But keep in mind, during the 2 months, there are 2 Stamp-A-Stacks and 2 samplers. So you just need to add 1 class on if you're going to take those both months, or if you happen to be in both clubs, which a lot of people are. If anything, like if you're confused, like how can I earn this, Jennifer? I've done this, this, and this, just ask me, privately. Okay, so those are my upcoming events. Celebration has started. This is the special, for the next 2 months. This is what's on sale. Every time you spend $50 or $100, you're going to get a free gift. I'm actually going to point the camera down now because I'm going to show the stamps real quick that you can get. But Celebration is here. Stampin' Up! Does this sale every year. Here we go. Since I signed up as a demonstrator, or since before I signed up, really, every year in January, February, and it used to be March, but now it's January, February. When you purchase $50 or $100, you get a free gift from this book. No limit. Spend 100, get 2. Spend 150. Well, I should say get 2 or get a $100 level. Spend 150, get any mix you want. 3 $50, 100, and 1 for 50. Mix and match any way you want. And there's no limitations on this. So if you're like, I spent 150 and I want 3 packs of paper blooms, you can do that. I spent 150 and I want 2 of these plus the Darling Donkey stamp set. You can do that. It's all up to you. And these are all for this celebration because we have another one coming in July. These are all, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not going to run out. And they won't become unavailable. Stampin' Up! Has selected items that are produced in the U.S. that they can get more of, basically. And of course, we make our own stamps. So this is the book, but I have the actual product here. I'm going to show you real quick. These are all your choices when you place an order. So free with a $100 order is a bundle. It is the Berry Blessings stamp set, which is gorgeous. I have some samples here with it. And the Berry Blessings designer paper. Of course, this is 12 by 12 paper, and you get 12 sheets total. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This is the front, and this is the back of the paper. These are just all the colors that coordinate with it. Look at all that. Lots of choices to mix and match there. So here's some samples that I've received in some swaps. Card swaps, because of course as a demonstrator you can participate in card swaps optionally if you like. And these are some card samples and swaps that I have received using these products here. And of course they may have added other stamps, they may not have, but and other dies, and like for example, this one uses the painted texture embossing folder and another new die from the mini catalog. So they mix and match, of course. But these images in the stamp set, they stamp so pretty with so much detail. So oops, I made this one. So anyway, there's some samples with that. That's free with a $100 purchase. No limit. Get as many of those as you want. Just give away your extra stamp sets to a friend. And then we have a Touch of Ink free with a $100 purchase. I showed this on last week's Facebook Live, so you saw it's a giant stamp set, tons of stamps. This would cost around $27 to $30 if it were for sale. And I have the cards I made last week, plus a couple others, using this stamp set. Really pretty. And what's cool about this one is you don't have to color it in by hand if you don't want. There's stamps to just fill in those colors. This is one I received in a swap. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And I made that one last week as well. So that's a Touch of Ink, free with a $100 purchase. No limit. That's no etc. Now we're down to the $50 levels. So I'll start with the one I'm going to use today. It's called Corner Bouquet. And it's really pretty. Like, it looks like a very simple stamp set. There's actually 4 stamps. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could fill in after you stamp with some colored flowers. With this one, I didn't on what I did today. And I don't think anyone has on my samples I have. But anyway, it's really pretty. Free with a $50 purchase. These are some of the swaps I've received with it. Look at that one. Oh, she put vellum on top. So, and this is actually, this thank you is from another, from Heal Your Heart right there. Celebration stamp set. And then this person also used the same thank you, the bird from a Touch of Ink, the one I just showed. And then here's the Corner Bouquet stamp. And then those, that's going to be the blending brushes there. And Teresa, I didn't really fully answer your question, but I have used the blending brushes and they work extremely well. They blend just so smooth. They're awesome. And I'll be using them more in the future. So Heal Your Heart, free with a $50 purchase, no limit. All of this ends on February 28th. And I've got a few samples here. They combined, this one's really nice. The painted texture embossing folder there. Some designer paper from the mini catalog there. And then here's the greeting from Heal Your Heart. And this designer paper I'm going to show when I get down to that. That's also free with purchase. So I'm going to put that there. So that's Heal Your Heart. Approaching Perfection. I've seen some really cute samples with this one. To be honest, it wasn't exactly my favorite style at first. I've seen some cute samples online in addition to these. But these are the 2 I've received so far. And I love this one. So she, if you cannot tell, this circle is die cut from vellum. And then the image is stamped, the greeting is stamped in Night of Navy ink on vellum. And then she slipped a piece of white under it to highlight that word right there. It's a really, I thought that was a smart idea. So Approaching Perfection, it's a birthday stamp set, free with purchase. Darling Donkeys, need I say more? It's going to be very popular. I have some really, well, this one is so pretty. I love the color combos she did. The coloring, like, I just love it. This was Diana Gibbs. And, oh, I had another comment, but I lost it. So anyway, there's some really pretty ones, and then there's some really fun ones with this set as well. So then the rest of them are going to go this direction. Isn't that cute? That uses the ombre paper, by the way. This one also uses the ombre designer paper, and this, oh, I know what I was going to say. I've seen a lot of funny kicking 2020 cards with this. You die cut the number 2020, and the donkey kicks it out. And this one is kind of the same color scheme as the first one, using that same paper that's free with a purchase. But just some really nice coloring on there. So that's Darling Donkeys, free with 50. And then the last stamp set is actually only free if you host a party or place a $300 or more order. It's called Punch Party, and that's because it matches many punches that we have in our catalog. In both catalogs. So the heart punch is in the annual catalog. The oval is a new one, which is amazing. In the mini, the JJ mini, and then this is the postage punch in the annual catalog. So a bunch of these images are going to fit into those other punches as well. A bunch of the words, I should say. So you can get that free when you place a $300 order, or when you get friends together and make them order for your party, even if no party happens, or if you actually host a party and the orders are 300 or more. So how do I have it? Well, I could actually purchase it as a demonstrator. That was a perk last month. But now, when I personally place a $300 order, I will get another one. There's no limit to how many $300 parties you can do or host or whatever. So demonstrators can get these and customers can get these. But that's a host gift during celebration. And then the papers you can get, there's, besides the one that comes with that first bundle I showed you, there are 3 other designer papers. This one is 12 by 12. It's called Flower and Field. It has lots of colors that coordinate with it as well. But it's 12 by 12, 6 designs, 2 sheets of each. This is the front and this is the back of each one. Front, back, front, back. And it's a gorgeous paper. They're, and had set these aside because I've shown these 2 already today. But they use that paper, and like, look at this one. She layered the flower one, or the leaf design, on top of the flower design. Like, I would never think to do that, but that's awesome. It looks really good. And then this one uses this paper, but it also uses that host stamp set, Punch Party. And then this is the next paper. Okay, so there's that one. Then we have Paper Blooms. This was the one that's my favorite out of the papers. I like them all, but this is my favorite. And it's 12 by 12, same numbers. Here's the matching colors. Look at that new lip punch, so cute. And front, back. And then I have a few samples with this one. Is this paper? Maybe it is this is the other paper. I was confused because it looks so much softer. But here it is right here. Okay, back to our schedule here. So just love it. It combines really well with the pretty perennials, but there's also another flower stamp set in the mini catalog that they've sort of designed to go with this paper as well. Okay, so there's all your celebration. Oh, there's one more. There's all your celebration choices for this year. This is a 6x6 pack of designer paper called Oh So Ombre. Oh So Ombre. It's 6x6, like I said, but you get 48 sheets. It's, you know, a ton of paper. And this is the front and this is the back. So it's not the same color on the back. All the colors are within the paper: Bermuda Bay, Rococo Rose, and Granny Apple Green, and Blackberry Bliss. But this is the front and this is the back of each one. So there's that. And then the last special during celebration is when you purchase our starter kit, which is $99 plus tax, free shipping. You get, in addition to everything else, you get 5 free packages of brand new designer paper that hasn't been released yet. It will be out in our May catalog, the new catalog in May, which, by the way, my $1 Million Stamp Set will be in as well. That's a side note. So you're going to get the 4 basic color families, and then the 2020 to 2022 in colors, which are the current ones that we already know. You know, this one, Misty Moonlight. I'll just say them as I go. I'm showing you the designs here. Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Bumblebee, and Magenta Madness. So you don't get the new one that hasn't come out yet because none of us have seen what those new colors are. So we don't get to see those early. But 5 packs of designer paper is $11.50 times 5. It's $57 something. Plus tax and shipping, it's about a $68 value for free. And of course you can use them up. Use them however you want. So the starter kit is $99 plus tax. You pick 125 of anything you want. And then you get a free past paper pumpkin kit and all these designer papers during celebration for free. So any questions on that, let me know. When you join my team, in addition to your discount, of course, which you can get until at least July 2020, a 20% discount on anything you purchase, you will also receive, I need to put something down here so you're not like bored to death. You will also have the opportunity to make more money if you want. That is completely optional, but you can make an income a small side income, a little part-time income, or you can do it full-time like me, but doing Stampin' Up. And then there's also exclusive events that you can attend and participate in as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. We have some with the company coming up on virtually in May, I believe. And they're always doing something for us. So, lots of perks there. Any questions on that, just let me know. Hey, Stella. Susan, yes, I agree. The cards, I received a lot of good card swaps during this new catalog, basically. I'm glad you guys like them. Hey, Maddie, good to see you. Okay, I was just checking out your comments real quick. Don't forget, if you want to get the monthly craft kit in the mail called Paper Pumpkin, sign up by January 10th to get the Sending Hearts Paper Pumpkin kit. This is not it, because no one has it yet, but sign up by January 10th. It'll be a Valentine kit that's going to make 8 full-size cards. I'm calling it Valentine. They're calling it more love and anniversary and wedding. Of course, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know, but that's what they say, and for sure it can be used for Valentine's as well. Then if you need some little treat boxes, you can purchase this add-on for only $8, and that's while supplies last. It's called Little Love Boxes, and you will get 20 of these little boxes plus some little embellishment pieces to decorate them with, in combining that with your Paper Pumpkin kit. So there'll be stamps and all kinds of stuff to combine together to make cute stuff. Each kit is going to give you an exclusive stamp set that you cannot buy anywhere else, ink, instructions, adhesive, so whatever adhesive you need to complete those projects will be in there, and then all the supplies to make whatever the projects were. This cute bear from last month. This one's kind of, I mean, it could be Valentine-ish. And I actually have one of these kits available to purchase if anyone needs one. This is mine, but I have a new one to purchase. So anyway, the way you get Paper Pumpkin, you can either subscribe by going to the link that I will give you in this video or asking me for that link, and you can get it month to month for only $22 plus tax. Shipping is free when you subscribe. Or you can go to my website and just purchase it. Where's my other stamp set? And just purchase it, and it will be, the options are 1 month for $22 plus tax and shipping, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. And the more months you pre-purchase, the more, or there's a slight discount. And keep in mind, starting at 3 months, it's enough to qualify for free celebration items. So that's another option, especially it's an option always, but especially at this time of year, that's a way to maximize your celebration benefits, is just pre-purchasing Paper Pumpkin, which, by the way, also makes a great gift. Okay, so I'm excited about the cards today. We are, because I'm gonna use the Gilded Leafing at the end. Woohoo! So if you haven't seen that yet, I'll give you my tips on it on the last card. As a reminder, we're using Pretty Perennials bundle. So the dies are called Perennial Petals dies. You can purchase them together for 10% off, or each is sold separately. And then Corner Bouquet is free with a $50 purchase. And I'm using it on 2 of the cards today as well. So that's the stamps and dies we're going to use. Let me grab my supplies for this first card. This first one is, I think it's really pretty, but it's a pretty simple card. By the way, our base is basic black, because you guys know we've had a bit of a white paper shortage, but that is over. Basic white is here. You can purchase it today. Mine is coming today, so I will get to see it, touch it, feel it, stamp on it. I have plenty of Whisper White left at this moment, but my basic white is coming. There's new item codes, but if you're shopping online, you can just search the word basic white on our online store, and it'll give you all the choices. 8.5 by 11 paper, thick 8.5 by 11, 12 by 12, assorted memories and more cards and envelopes, medium envelopes, note cards and envelopes, and 3 by 3 envelopes. And the prices are the same as the ones in the current catalog. So for that part, you can say I want a pack of white paper. You know it's going to be $9.75 for 40 sheets. Great deal. It'll just be the basic white instead of Whisper White. Any questions on that, let me know. But you can get this now. And, you know, knock on wood, there shouldn't be any problems with that going forward. So that's good. And like I said, I have it coming, even though I have plenty here at the moment, so I can report back to everyone how it's working. So my card base, though, because I made these before they announced that to us, is basic black, because I have been avoiding white card bases, which y'all know is my personal preference. I know that's not everyone's. But anyway, to make a card, you take 8.5 by 11 paper and cut it in half to make a normal, you know, standard card. You can cut it in half at 5.5 inches like I did, or at 4 1/4 and fold it this way, and it would be a long, I had one of those recently, but I don't know where it is. It would open the other direction. Either way, they both fit into the normal invitation size envelope, which Stampin' Up! Calls medium. So it's a medium envelope. So 2 cards out of 1 piece of paper. Now, normally we just fold it in half with our bone folder, which I'll do on the other 2 cards today. But for this one, I want to fold it. What I would normally do on white is fold it in half. Sorry for my head, but so that's 4 1/4 inches, which is halfway. And I'm going to score it. Oh my goodness, I almost cut. This is the scoring blade. And with ours, you can press really firmly and go back and forth a couple of times because it won't damage your paper. So that's just scoring the card in half. But then I would want to fold this. I would want to fold it in half and then fold it backwards. And sometimes with colored cardstock, you get a lot more breakage when you do that. So I'm going to score it in half instead. So this is 4 1/4. So half would be 2 1/8 of an inch. So anyway, if this were on a white or vanilla or a thinner paper, I could just fold it in half with my bone folder and then fold it backwards. But to avoid some of that breakage, I scored it. Hopefully that makes sense. And then it's just a simple fun fold card. I don't know what these are called, but they're like the easiest fun fold, in my opinion, to make. And I am gonna grab my bone folder and try to make those creases a little more solid. Like that. That's good enough. It'll be put in an envelope. It's fine. Okay, then I have a piece of Whisper White, or what will soon be basic white, to go inside. That is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Just always go down 1/4 of an inch. You can go down 1/8 of an inch if you want a skinnier border, but 1/4 inch less every time you add a layer, or 1/4 inch more. 4 by 5 1/4. And then for the front here, I have some gorgeous flower and field designer paper to layer on the front there. And this is 1 7/8, so it's a 1/4 inch less than the front, by 5 1/4. And then I have a piece, or 2 pieces to go on the front here. So my white is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and my Granny Apple Green is 3 by 4. And then I'm looking, oh yeah, this scrap, I believe, yeah, is for my greeting. It's a 1/2 inch strip. I haven't trimmed it down yet, so just grab a 1/2 inch strip of Granny Apple Green. So those are all the pieces for this card. I'm going to also use the new matte black dots. And my ink will be Granny Apple Green and Memento Black. Okay, so for my stamping, I'm going to stamp on these pieces, and I'm not going off the edges, so I'm not going to throw scratch paper down, but you could, or you should, if you're going to stamp off the edges. So and Flower and Field, by the way, is free with a $50 purchase. No limit. Get as many as you want. get as many celebration items as you want, etc. From Corner Bouquet, I'm going to use this image here, and for the inside of the card, I want it to be in the bottom right hand corner. So that's where I'm going to place it. I'm going to hold it nice and firm for a few seconds. I didn't press super hard on my ink pad because you don't need to with Stampin' Up! Ink pads. And I'll put that aside and then repeat. So ink it up again, don't press too hard. But this one I want to go over here on the left. So there's that. And then the greeting is coming from the awesome Pretty Perennials. It has happy, and then you can combine these words: for you, mail, birthday, you make me, and sending lots of. So we're gonna say happy for you. So in Memento Black, which is just the black ink I like to use if I just need black ink, you know, not related to coloring. I'm going to ink it up really well. You can press more firmly, and you should, on a Memento pad because it's not the same as these. It's a firm pad. And with photopolymer stamps, these see-through ones, just make sure you have a really firm surface underneath. Or if not, if you don't, use our Stampin' Pierce mat, which is on the online store. It's a really dense foam, and so it will give you a clean stamping surface. And then for you is going to be in Memento Black. It's from the same Perennial stamp set. And this is a 1/2 inch strip, so I'm going to just stamp it on either end. And then I'll just hand cut off that side there. You could use a paper trimmer also if you prefer. But I'm just going to hand trim that. Or you could pre-cut the paper the width that you want it, like whichever. Any of those options works. Okay, so there's all my pieces. Let me put this together. And let me see who all's here. GN, Veronica, good morning. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing, Sherry. Hey, Stella. Can't wait to see my stamp set, Linda. I know. I mean, thank you. But the pressure, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal here. Everybody, or many people have asked me, am I allowed to tell what the stamp set is? And I'm like, I think I am, but I'm not telling because I don't want to disappoint anybody. But I like it. And we'll see. Like, I don't have the stamp set yet. I'm pretty sure they send it to you early because we're talking about my $1 million stamp set. If you're like, what is she talking about? You get to help design a stamp set when you sell $1 million career to date, which I did a couple of years ago. And that's how long it takes for your stamp set to come out. But anyway, I forgot where I was going with that, but I haven't told anyone what it is, like what the design is or anything. Because what if y'all think that's boring? So it will be a surprise. So that goes on the inside. And I'm going to place the designer paper on the edge here. And then, so for happy, I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. I think I will use black. And these are the mini, which if you've been watching my videos lately, I've converted to using mini Stampin' Dimensionals in general. So I'm going to flip this upside down, which I know you can eyeball this pretty easily, but I'm just saying. I'm flipping it upside down so I can see. I only want the dimensionals past this half of the paper. So this will give me a visual on where to place them, if that makes sense. So I can see, you know, don't put it here at the edge or whatever. So I'm going to do 5 minis. And they're black, so they'll be hidden better under this dark paper. They also come in white, of course. And then I'm just gonna, you have to keep this pressed down if it's popping up. You could even use a sticky note to hold that in place if you like. And put that there, like that. And then let me grab white mini dimensionals for you. I guess I'll do 2. So this is where I would normally cut one full one in half and use each half, or just one half in the center. But you actually get more, if you're cutting them in half, you get more for your money with the minis. Okay, so there's that. Looks good, but let's add some matte black dots. You get 2 sizes. This is in the like forever and always section, but of course, obviously you can use it with anything. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, which has 2 ends here. There's a paddle as well. It also comes with a stylus, and there's a sticky end as well. So I'm going to use 1 large dot and a couple of the small ones just to give it a little embellishment, basically. And that's it. There is your card. Hope y'all like that. Pretty simple. Put it in an envelope, it will flatten down. Thank you, Stella. You know, team will support you and purchase your set. That's true, Veronica. I mean, I think it's fine. It's just, you know, like I've had people ask me, oh, did you do something Texas? I'm like, no. Did you do something so-and-so, your pet? No. So, you know, but anyway, but thank you, Veronica. That is very true. Okay, so there's the first card. And by the way, if you've just joined or you know, didn't catch it or whatever, comment so you can be entered to win, possibly. You'll be entered, and you might win the 3 cards I'm going to make today. Okay, so this next card, I'm just using Pretty Perennials only, and I did fold this in half with the bone folder, but when I was preparing for the Facebook Live, I just went ahead of myself and folded that already. So it's the same basic black card base, except we're not doing the fancy fold, but I folded it in half with the bone folder. And then I have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 Whisper White to go on the inside. Then I have a piece of the True Love designer paper, which is in the Halloween, in the Valentine section of the JJ mini catalog. And it definitely does not have to be only Valentine. I don't even think there's hearts in it. It's all black and white. And there's floral designs on most of one side, and then like a pattern or polka dots, as you see, or something on the other side. Stripes, flowers. These diagonal white stripes are really cool. These big flowers, a lot of people are hand cutting them out and or coloring them in many different ways. You know, just sponging the center, coloring the whole thing, etc. Cool patterns. This is the one I've used the most of, so I only have that one tiny strip of it because both sides are really cool. And you get to see that one in like full person. So True Love designer paper is going to be great for our black and whites. So that's a 4 by 5 1/4 piece to go on the front. And then this, I'll give the measurements in a second. A strip of basic black, a strip of Whisper White, and then 3 scraps of Whisper White. Or white, let's call it. And then I've pre-die cut 3 flowers here from the dies. They are Gorgeous Grape, Flirty Flamingo, and Mango Melody, which are the 3 colors of ink I'm going to use. And these dies, they are made, these 2 flowers, so that if you die cut these detail flowers, they can layer on top of the stamped flowers. And I found out with the one I'm going to use right now, which is this one, they can line up exactly. So I'll show you how to do that. They don't have to, though. Don't stress about that. I think that's the only die I'm going to use today in the video. Okay, so this strip is, I believe, 1 1/2. Yep, 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. And so this will be 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. So the ends are equal, and I went a 1/4 inch taller or wider. But it's all as wide as this piece here. Okay, so I'm going to stamp on this one. I'm going to stamp on the inside of the card And I'm going to stamp on these 3 white ones here. So I'm going to need my Simply Chamois because we're going to have to clean the flower stamp that I'm going to use. And the Simply Chamois just comes like this, not in a case. You get it wet, squeeze the excess water out, clean your stamps on it. When it has too much ink in it, you go rinse it in the sink, squeeze all the ink out, and then it's good to go again. I normally use both sides and mine get black, but this is the one I use only for videos. But in between using, don't put it in a sealed bag to keep it dry. That's bad. I mean, to keep it wet, let it dry out. And it can dry into a hard rock, basically. So that is fine. So I'm going to use the large flower image, the word birthday, and the word happy again. So for the flowers, I'm doing Flirty Flamingo. It doesn't matter, but I'm doing Flirty Flamingo first because that's the color I stamped on the inside. So I want one of each color. Again, you need the foam mat if your table's not super firm, like basically countertop firm. This paper might almost be too small for these. I'm going to clean it. Oh, I didn't want to clean it yet. Blech. I'm going to stamp it again inside my card real quick. Grab a scrap just in case I go off the edges here. When you have, of course with any ink pads I'm sure, but with Stampin' Up's ink pads, they can be re-inked. You can see right there where I re-inked this a day or two ago. Anyway, so just be aware of that. If they start to dry out, you just buy a bottle of re-inker. Okay, now I want to clean it and do the other 2 colors. I hope I'm not too close to the edges with this paper I cut. Another thing that happened yesterday for customers is the new mini Stampin' die cut, mini Stampin' cut and emboss machine went live, meaning you can buy it now. It's $60 and it fits certain, like any small die cut images and specific embossing folders that are the correct width, and they are marked that way in the catalogs, and it should say it online if it's going to fit or not. Let me stamp this piece real quick. I'm going to bring Memento Black back in and do happy over here. And then birthday will be in Flamingo ink. Flirty Flamingo. Tap, tap, tap. Gentle. Don't get ink all over the clear block. And I'm just putting birthday right there. Okay. I need to remember I'm also going to use Wink of Stella on this card. So this is the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Super cute and tiny. Open it up and it comes with all the pieces you need to be able to use it, and instructions. Mine are somewhere over there. They just fell. But for die cutting, you want to use these 3 pieces. The number 1 base plate, and then 2 of the number 2s. 1 to cut on. See how mine is so cut up? And 1 to put on top. So you can just designate 1 for each thing. And then what I found, I forgot to go back, and I was going to use paint, nail polish to mark this. But there's a tiny, tiny Sharpie mark right there. But that little, there's a little, what word did I call it? Is it that one? Now I have to remember myself. Yeah. I can't think of the word, but there's a dip right there on one of the petals. At least for me, it kind of stands out when I'm looking at it, that you can see that dip on this die, just to make your aligning a little quicker. So I intended to mark that because the Sharpie rubs off as you run it through the die cut machine. I intended to mark it with fingernail polish. I'll have to do that another time because you can't do it while you're working because it has to dry. But anyway, align it with the image and then just crank it through the machine. You only have to do it one time and it will cut everything out, and super cute. So I need to do all three. So again, I'm going to find that little indentation right there. And then where I've marked my die, you might find another spot that's to you more obvious on your flower if you want to mark it that way. Mark the die. You can also mark the flower, like the stamp, on the top part. Just put a little dot of Sharpie mark or something. But I don't find that, personally, I don't find that necessary, but you could. And then one more. So there it is. My mark is definitely almost gone. In fact, let me reinforce it real quick for myself. But it's something about this metal that comes off when you run it through the machine. Okay, so, and you can secure that with a sticky note if you're worried about it slipping or it does slip on you. You can secure the whole thing down before you run it through so that it doesn't wiggle. And as you see, like this, just the stamp alone gives you all that detail, the light and dark, shadows, all that stuff. So really cool. Okay, so I think that's it for die cutting because I already die cut out those other flowers ahead of time. Put a little mini away. And then on these flowers, I do have to remember this. I think it was kind of the same thing, but you look at these indentions. I knew I was going to forget when I got on the video. Oh, maybe it's that one. Yep, right there. So there's a very, again, I don't know how to describe this, but there is a petal that has a fat part right there, like a smaller part and a fat part. That's the wrong color that I put on top of there, but you can kind of see the difference better. That's where they're matching. And then if you look around, you see, oh, there's an indentation here, indentation here. They kind of match up. But this is the one that I find easiest to align, that one to that one. But I need to do that on the other color. I'm going to put each one on its matching color. So Flirty, Flirty, Gorgeous Grape, and Mango Melody. Okay, so that's how you align them if you want to put that much thought into it, basically. Excuse me. And then I'm going to cover up the center with a matte black dot. So I didn't stress too much about just putting adhesive right in the middle. And there, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but there is like a string of my adhesive there, but it's going to get covered up. So that's just how I did it. But I do use the silicone craft sheet, which will protect your surface from any of that excess adhesive that's going out of these holes, basically, from getting all over your work surface, your table, your scratch paper, etc. So quick and easy on those. And then I think I want to put it together next. So I'm going to attach my greeting to that strip of basic black. And then attach that to the designer paper. I'm trying to read the comments, so I grabbed the wrong paper. Can you get the mini machine half off, G-Ann? Yes. And that's just what she's asking, is because Stampin' Up! Allows us to get certain items half off. When you have a 450 or more party, you get a half price item. And that counts if you have an order that big as well, like a personal order. So this big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you cannot get half price, but the small one you can. Also, the suites in the catalog, so like it's called a suite, but I call it a giant bundle of products. It's like the stamp set, the dies, the embellishments, the designer paper, blah blah blah. You cannot get those for half price, but you can get a bundle half price, and you can get the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss half price. So yes. Okay, so there's that. Then I'm going to attach Flirty Flamingo and Mango Melody Flat, and then Stampin' Dimensionals for Gorgeous Grape. So I'm just going to use a couple of the minis there. That'll be plenty. And that's going to go kind of down here. I'm just going to sort of lay this out, figure out how I want them, sort of cascading down, I guess would be the word. And then, and I could have done this before I glued them down, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to add some Wink of Stella, which is just a clear glitter paint basically, to the inside of the petals. And if it, you can do it purposely or just let whatever happens happen. If it gets on the die cut flower, that's fine with me, but I'm not stressing out if it doesn't get on the die cut flower. So, and in general, when you buy the Wink of Stella, well, when you buy it, you have to unscrew this, and there's a little black ring, and you throw that in the trash. And then when you put this back on, it pierces a hole so that this liquid can get to the brush, and you have to push many times to get it flowing. But you don't want to like squeeze it as hard as you can, because it'll like, it makes a whole mess and all this stuff comes out, and that's not good. But once it's flowing, once you get past that step, in general, you don't really have to squeeze it anymore. So be aware of that. If you over squeeze it, you're going to waste, because you're going to have to take globs off on scratch paper that just are wasted. And I don't know how well it shows up in the video, but it's incredibly sparkly in real life and glittery. And it, of course, gives the whole image where you put it shimmer. Yeah, I have no clue if that's showing up, but... And then let me grab those matte black dots, which, where did I put them? Just for the flower centers. And I did the small one, but you could probably do either. That went upside down. I don't know if you probably couldn't tell, but it released too soon, I guess. Okay, there we go. Card number 2. Love the colors. The black and white with any kind of bright colors you like is awesome. I want to show you. Thank you. That's true. Dana says you can never go wrong when you add Wink of Stella. That's literally true. This could be something that's sitting in your tools with your scissors, with your bone folder, because you're going to add it to almost every project you do. I don't, but that's just me. But you definitely can, and I know people who live that way, basically. So let me show you this other card, which is a little fancier than mine. But this is where I got the inspiration for this card, and it's a team swap. So there was one missing from that stack on purpose, and she stamped her inside fancier than mine. Look at that. But this is a card I received from one of my team members, and in our card swap, so everyone who participated got one. She has the Wink of Stella there. That's where I got the idea. The only thing was I wanted to use that new sheer Gorgeous Grape ribbon, which I used last week, and that's why I added purple instead of Pool Party. But then I could not make the ribbon work on the card. There was nowhere to put a bow that wasn't interfering, for my opinion. So I left it off, but I thought the purple was great. So that's why I said you can mix and match any colors. And then she has granny apple green leaves as well. And it's just a different orientation. Just so mine could be different. But hers is a little fancier. She cut this off after assembling. Like, y'all know me. I need to be able to get it going a lot quicker than that. So that was that, or where I got that inspiration, I should say. Okay, the last card, we're going to use some Gilded Leafing. Has anyone played with this yet? Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Janet. Has anyone used Gilded Leafing yet? And I know there's a delay, so. On this one, we have a Cherry Cobbler card base, 5.5, 8.5. Then the front is going to be the Flower and Field, same paper as the first card, designer paper, 4 by 5 1/4. And that's Cherry Cobbler on there. It also has Poppy Parade. And I tried both colors and they both actually matched this paper, but then the Cherry Cobbler just matched a little better for this card. Ooh, some gold right there. Let's make this be the front. We'll cover that up. So that's that. And then this is for the inside, the 4 by 5 1/4 Berry Vanilla. Then for the front here, I have a piece of gold foil. And I'll tell you about that heart in a second. And then black, basic black will go on top of it. So that's going to be completely covered. So I just grabbed a random punch and punched something out because I didn't want to waste all that gold foil paper under there. That heart is not even for this card. Then I have a scrap of Berry Vanilla and a specific 1/2 inch by 2 inches Berry Vanilla for my greetings. Trying to think. Yeah, let's do the Gilded Leafing first. Why not? So that's going to be on this black piece. See if anyone says if they've used it yet. Exactly about flowers, Janet. No, haven't used Gilded Leafing. Anxious to see me use it. Okay, so it is easy to use. I mean, quote unquote, it's easy. I've got a piece of scratch paper here. It says gold because I had the name wrong, for my gold leafing. This is only for my gold leafing, and I need to get the scratch paper the heck away from these projects when I'm finished. I honestly don't know. I'm going to use the heat and stick powder, and I don't know if it's as staticky as embossing powder, but just in case, I'm going to rub the dryer sheet on here first to remove any static from my project. From my paper. Then I'll just tell you the steps first. I'm going to stamp the image in Versamark ink and then pour heat and stick powder on top and heat it, just like embossing, but it's not heat embossing. As soon as it turns liquid, wet looking, as soon as it turns wet looking, it is finished. You need to stop and you need to immediately stick stuff to it, whatever you're sticking. I just remembered a step that I haven't been doing. I don't think we have to do it with this. But in the old days, we would heat and stick after we finished. I don't know if you have to do that or not. I need to check that out. So I have some heat and stick powder in this container here, and it doesn't take much when you do these kind of containers of your glitter or embossing powders. My opinion is you want to put less in here in case you knock this whole thing off and then it's all wasted, and then you can refill it as needed. There's my heat and stick powder. And then here's my gold leafing. Keep it right there because I want to apply it right after I heat it. And then I have my gilded leafing sponge. This is the sponge that's for the gilded leafing forever. Because there's no maybe if you washed it really well, but there's no getting that stuff off of there. Okay, so I want everything close at hand. Let me take the lid off of here. So I'm going to open this. This is what you need to do. Be careful. Open it slowly. Because if you make some wind and stuff when you open it, you're gonna too, this stuff is light as air. It's going to flutter all over your surface. And then when you touch it, it smears and can like get on stuff and stain stuff. When you touch and press, I should say, not just this. Very light. If you take it out of this container, it expands and you won't be able to fit it all back in. So either be prepared with a new container. They literally used one of these with the Stampin' Up! Demonstration, and they left it in there. They just put the lid on top. They didn't even try to fit it back in there. I don't want to do that, so I'm trying to contain it in here. And what else do I need to say? But I want to have it ready so that I'm not fumbling with that once I'm heated. Also, some other things to note is I want to, looking for my stamp. I'm going to use this image here from Corner Bouquet, free with a $50 purchase. After I ink this up and stamp it, or stamp it, I want to get this ink pad closed and out of the way because I don't want this stuff getting on my ink pad. And I also want to get my stamp out of the way because I don't want it sticking here. So, bye-bye to my ink pad, close it, move it, and then I'm going to stamp the image in Versamark, which is a sticky ink for heat embossing. It'll stay wet long enough for that powder to stick to it. It is watermark as well, so you can see the image on there usually. But I'm going to scoop under here. And I'm going to cover the image, and then I'm going to thump off excess. And then again, to keep the mess contained, I'm going to close this and get it out of my way. And then I'm going to heat this, which will happen really quickly. It does need to be a heat tool. So that it gets hot enough, and ours you need to put it on number 2 for heating. And now don't point it towards that because it'll blow it away. In a ideal situation, I would do this completely away from this whole area. So I'm just going to point it over here. Once the heat gun heats up, it goes really fast. It's already changing. And you just need it to be clear. And that makes it sticky. That's why it's called heat and stick. It turns sticky. So you've got to stick something to it. Whether it is this stuff or glitter or flocking. You can use heat and stick powder for lots of projects. And then I don't want to, like, I'm trying to take out only what I need for my project. Versus like with embossing powder, you can pour the whole jar and funnel the rest back into your thing. This is not quite as easy to do that. So I'm trying to only take out what I need, but we can add a little more if we miss a spot. So that's kind of what I need. There's still image here and here, but I'm going to move it around with a sponge. Don't cough or breathe on that as I laugh. So when you rub, it transfers and like becomes a solid, sort of, so to say, to the heat and stick powder, which is your image in this case. You can also use adhesives to stick this to, tear and tape. It will stick to other sticky things, basically. So, hopefully that was a good demonstration. That basically is it. Now I need to clean up to protect everything over here. I'm going to put back the big chunks, and I'm going to let these little guys go in the trash. Put my lid back on, which it tries to come out of the lid too. I don't know if you can see it there. But it comes out the sides of the lid. I'm going to take my excess off here on this scratch paper, which I was able to fully, this is the scratch paper I used when I made my other sample. So I was able to fully, what's the word I'm looking for? Clean off this scratch paper, like wipe it clean with my hand into the trash. Oh gosh, see how I've just made some stuff go everywhere? You know, long story short, you need to keep it contained so that it's not rubbing off onto your other projects. Anyway, that's it. Gold leafing. Gilded leafing. My goodness. I'm never going to get it right. I'm not sure if, I think that is a place where I missed it, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I could attempt to add another larger piece of gilded leafing and fill that in, but just for time and stuff, I'm not going to. So let me put my sponge away, and then I'm going to go ahead and dump this into the trash right now. Ooh, it kind of did flutter around. In fact, I'm done with this. That might have been a better move. Okay, so then you would want to wipe your workspace clean real quick with maybe a baby wipe or a rag or paper towel or something. But that's how you do the gilded leafing in general. Heat and stick powder, which is in the mini catalog, gilded leafing, and a sponge. So there you go. And then this card we're going to put together, the rest of it's pretty simple. I don't want this, again, what I don't want is it to get on my stamps and then stick to my ink pads, because I can see that building up after a while and interfering with your stamping. So just keep your area clean. I'm going to stamp happy again right in the middle there, because I'm going to hand cut that out, and I'm going to stamp sending lots of on that 2-inch, 1/2 by 2-inch strip, both in Memento Black. And this is very vanilla cardstock. And hand cut this out. Should bring the readers over here. So let's see what y'all think about Gilded Leafing. Looks great, thank you. Hey Hannah. Jennifer, maybe you can try it soon. It is fun, and it's honestly, like, it's pretty simple. It's just the mess part, in my opinion. You know, the fact that you need to be aware that you need to be careful is the biggest thing. It would be cool if there was a die that cut out this happy, but there isn't. So I'm hand cutting, as you guys can see, leaving a little vanilla border. When I do this, I don't stress too much about, oh, the border's thicker there and thinner in that spot. Like, I just go with it. So, FYI. Cut off those big chunks when I can. This is going to be against black cardstock, so it is going to show if I cut really bad. And for this, if you comment on the video, you have a chance to win the cards I make today, and I always give away the better version of either the one from the video or the one I pre-made. And I think it'll be the pre-made one on this one, just because there won't be that hole in the image right there. But that's fine. I never stamp perfect. Like, my projects are never perfect. Sorry, this is taking a little bit of time here, though. It is a very detailed happy. The happy mail is cool. You can stamp that on envelopes, either for fun, for your business, you know, for your bills, whatever. If you want to make a worker feel better, you can stamp happy mail on there. I thought that was a pretty good idea. This is a $1 million stamp set from Dina Rico, so I don't know how much, you know, who knows when it's our idea versus their idea, but I don't know if happy mail was her idea, is my point, but could have been. Okay, so this is happy is going to go on with dimensional, so I'm going to use the minis, but I still may need to trim a couple of these in half to do some of the skinny areas. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. So I used 2, 3, 4, 6. And then sending lots of will be flat. So I basically checked this ahead of time to make sure it would fit. So sending lots of, if I put it over there in the corner, I can put happy where I want it to and it will fit. So that's going to work out. And then I peeled off all the backing of all those dimensionals, and then I'll put happy right there. Cute. So then, of course, that'll go on my gold paper, gold foil. Let me grab, I'm gonna grab a baby wipe real quick. And I do want to wipe this off. So I have a clean surface here. Let's see, I picked up some gold gilded leafing there. That will give me, hopefully, a nice clean surface to fold my card base in half. And then, I guess I could lay scratch paper down as well, just to protect it there. Honestly, you might want to use a bigger piece of scratch paper in the first place, which these in our catalog are great because I have this one folded in half. So I'm going to fold that with the bone folder. Did I stamp my inside piece? Where? Oh, right here. I need to stamp that piece for the inside. And I'm going to use this image here just to be, you know, different from the front. So I need to clean that off because it has Granny Apple Green on it. And I'm going to stamp it in black. And I want it in the bottom right-hand corner. So again, I mean, it's obvious that you keep turning these, but the thing that throws me off with this one is that it's longer on one side, but that's just how it is. So depending on where you stamp it, it'll be taller here or here, you know, whatever. You get my point. Lost my lid. So that's the inside. And then let me check something real quick. I said I wanted one side to be the front of the card, but now I don't even see the little imperfection that was there. Okay, that's crooked as heck. Whew, good thing I didn't press very hard. That's a lot better. And then my designer paper. We're almost done. I hope everybody had a good New Year's, or New Year's Eve and / New Year's Day. I actually was forced to stay up late by my family. I wanted to go to bed. I'm going to do dimensionals here at like 9. But we didn't do anything crazy. We just literally stayed up and watched a movie. And then as soon as it was midnight, I was like, peace out. I'm going to bed because I have to work tomorrow. But anyway, I hope everyone had a good one. And that goes on there, and that's the whole card. Sending lots of happy. See this one, and I've, you know, I'm still practicing and learning with this, but this one is more gold. Like I got more leafing on there, and I like that better. I just missed that one spot. This one is lighter. Like I think I spread it out more thin on this card. So I'm getting better, but I missed a spot. Now, if you're, well, anyway, that's getting more like technical or advanced with the gilded leafing technique. But like, just for a quick example, there's a technique where you can just take your Versamark pad and ink the edges sort of randomly, and then put the heat and stick powder, heat it, and then do your gilded leafing to give like an imperfect gold edge. In that case, if you miss a spot, you can add more ink, heat it again, stick it. But here, I can't really stamp that entire image again and repeat, if that makes sense. So, you know. Okay, Well, thank you guys very much. Here are the 3 cards. Did I have? Yeah, I have a couple more samples using Pretty Perennials. Now, these all do use some of the celebration paper as well, but different ones. But Pretty Perennials stamp set. I used it here. I just love that font so much. And then all it is here is the For You, but there's some more of that Flower and Field designer paper. That's a gift card holder. So just a couple more samples there for you guys. But I hope you enjoyed these today. And I hope you guys are having a great week and a great start to 2021. Yay. We made it. So far, so good anyway. And I guess I should be on next week on Thursday. Next week is the week we prepare for the 4 classes that I was talking about at the beginning. So it's going to be crazy, but you know, we should be fine. I should be on next week. If I'm ever not going to be on, I at least make a Facebook post and let you know. If not, tell you ahead of time. Awesome. You guys are welcome. Thank you very much. The gilded card is Teresa's favorite. Thank you, Teresa. If there were any questions I missed, or if I didn't say hi to you, it's me, not you. But I always try to go back and catch up, at least if there is, you know, an important question I missed. Thank you. Chris says she likes that corner flower stamp. I do too. It grew on me even more when I started playing with it. And also seeing those, seeing samples from other people. So Janet says a microfiber cloth works best for cleaning up, or for cleanup with leafing. Thank you, Janet. Great tip. I'll have to try to find one around here that's clean, maybe to take on my retreat this weekend, because that is, we're using Gilded Leafing. So awesome. Well, everybody have a great day and a great week and all that stuff, and I will see you later. Thank you. Bye.